This individual made a deadly mistake. The following presentation will give some insight into the proper identification, marking, and reporting of different types of ordnance and terrorist devices so that you will not make the same mistake. The Explosive Ordnance Reconnaissance, or EOR, concept was developed during the Cold War to allow a base to survive and operate following an enemy attack. With the end of the Cold War, low-intensity conflicts, military operations other than war, and terrorist bombings have become the focus. Some examples of post-Cold War activities include Provide Promise, Bosnia-Herzegovina; Provide Relief, Somalia; Restore Hope, Haiti; Uphold Democracy, Rwanda; Provide Comfort, Northern Iraq; Desert Shield and Desert Storm in Kuwait and Iraq; the bombings in Riyadh and Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, and the nerve agent attack in the Tokyo subways. The threat today is real and varied. EOR is an attitude. Be properly informed and prepared. Munitions and terrorist bombs are designed to kill or maim. Don't become a casualty. All munitions can carry a variety of fillers. They may be high explosive, chemical, biological, nuclear, pyrotechnic, incendiary, or a combination of these. UXOs, unexploded ordnance, are munitions that have been dropped or placed and have either malfunctioned or are waiting for the proper conditions to detonate. They may be encountered during routine operations. When identifying UXOs, classifications will fall into the following categories: bombs, dispensers and launchers, submunitions or bomblets, projectiles, rockets, missiles, grenades, landmines, and terrorist devices. Bombs, the first category of munitions described, are dropped from aircraft. They're designed to detonate on, above, or below the ground. They're normally made of steel and produce blast and fragment damage. They can range in size from 220 to 15,000 pounds. All bombs have a fuses, or a fusing system that may be found in either the nose or tail. Bombs may also have fins or parachute assemblies for stabilization. Another category of munitions dropped from aircraft are dispensers. They dispense submunitions or bomblets. Launchers, another type of dispenser, deploy submunitions, smoke, chemicals, and flare and chaff packages. Dispensers are similar to bombs because of their shape and the possibility of fin assemblies. Dispensers may either have ejection holes or they may split into sections to dispense their payload. Fusing is found in the nose of the dispenser. Be cautious. A drop dispenser may still have explosive components. Submunitions or bomblets come in a variety of shapes and sizes. They can be deployed as area denial, explode on impact, or penetrate armored vehicles. They may have trip lines or detonate at random. Submunitions and bomblets can be found anywhere and can be camouflaged. Don't forget to look up. If you see one bomblet, there are probably many more. Stay alert. and watch your step. Projectiles are fired from guns, mortars, howitzers, and rifles. They range in sizes from less than 1 inch to over 16 inches in diameter. They may be fin or spin stabilized. Projos, as they're sometimes referred to, may also carry submunitions that can be dispensed over the battlefield. Rockets, another classification of munitions, may be launched from aircraft, ships, vehicles, fixed positions, or individuals. Rockets will have some type of propulsion section or rocket motor, so always approach them from the side. They may break apart after impact, and you may encounter the warhead separated from the propulsion section. Missiles are rockets with a guidance section. They can be carried and fired the same as rockets. They're used for air-to-air combat, anti-tank weapons, and intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. Cruise missiles were used extensively in the Gulf War. Missiles have complex fusing systems that are usually very sensitive. Grenades may be designed for hand or rifle projection and are employed using a variety of tactics, such as defensive, offensive, incendiary, chemical, smoke, and diversionary tactics. Hand grenades are time-fired between 4 and 5 seconds. Rifle grenades, like the PG-7, are normally impact-fired. Grenades are easily and frequently booby-trapped. Landmines are placed or dropped area denial weapons. They vary in size from small anti-personnel to larger anti-tank or special-purpose landmines. Many are designed to be booby-trapped. They incorporate different types of firing systems to include tripwires, pressure plates, and magnetic influence. Some may be monitored by a controlled firing system. Minefields can be placed in any type of terrain. Landmines from unmarked minefields kill or injure people each year. Kuwait and Bosnia are 2 examples of areas with extensive unmarked minefields. Terrorist devices, known as improvised explosive devices, or IEDs, are made in a variety of forms. They may be standardized military actuating devices or made from any materials that are available. Some are used for assassinations, sabotage, or various military and paramilitary applications. Simple to sophisticated in design and effectiveness, they depend on the ingenuity of the maker. They can be booby-trapped or designed to detonate after a time delay. It may be difficult to tell the difference between a UXO and an IED. If in doubt, ask. If you didn't drop it, don't pick it up. Your ability to recognize the different types of munition items will aid in the safe recovery of the area where the UXO or IED is located. Marking the identified UXO or IED is the next step. This will prevent other personnel from disturbing and possibly detonating it. Use the red surveyor's flagging ribbon if possible, or standard markers. If these are not available, use whatever material you can find to warn of the danger. Mark it so that it may be seen from all sides. Use good judgment when setting up your markers. Too close might disturb it, but too far might allow someone through the marked area. After marking the UXO or IED, take cover. Evacuate all personnel from the surrounding area. If you can see it, you may be close enough to get injured or killed if it detonates. Stay with the UXO or IED if possible, to advise EOD of its location when they arrive. If you're in a critical career field and have a wartime task, find someone else to stay with it. Report the type and location of the UXO or IED as quickly as possible. Don't use color as an indication of the type of UXO you may have. Colors change under environmental conditions. When using a radio, do not transmit within 25 feet of the item. Some are very sensitive to electromagnetic radiation and could detonate. Be sure to give an accurate description and location of the UXO or IED. In some cases, the item may be partially buried or hanging from a tree. If available, use a locally produced identification guide to describe the item. If there are grid maps available, use grid coordinates to describe your location. The more accurate you are, the less time it will take to find you. Report your UXO or IED to one or more of the following agencies: the SRC, Survival Recovery Center; UCC, or Unit Control Center; DCC, Disaster Control Center; security personnel; your work center, or your supervisor. Be aware that you may encounter naval munitions, to include mines, torpedoes, and depth charges or other miscellaneous devices like bullets or small pyrotechnics. Always limit your time around UXOs and IEDs. They may detonate at random. Do not breathe smoke or fumes from burning munitions. The smoke can be very toxic. Remember, small submunitions and mines were designed to inflict casualties. One device can effectively eliminate 3 personnel from the battlefield. Don't disturb or handle UXOs or IEDs. Don't take them home as souvenirs. It could be the last thing you do. The correct use of explosive ordnance reconnaissance procedures can save lives, including your own. The correct identification, marking, and reporting of UXOs are vital to the safety of all personnel within a threat area. Remember, EOR is an attitude. Be informed and prepared. Don't become a casualty.